Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Jurassic World Evolution live stream. I'm Steggs, part of the community team here at Frontier Developments, and joining me today, as you can see on my right, is our fantastic, marvellous, wonderful executive producer, Richard Newbold. Hi Rich, how's it going?
I'm good. You?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, is everyone okay?
Yeah.
It's great to be here, as always.
It's good to have you. It's been ages since we last had you on a stream.
It is. I can't actually remember. Was it one back in June?
It was. Yeah, that's why it feels so long, because I wasn't there for that.
Oh yeah, it's been so long since we've been together.
Stream.
Yes, it was the anniversary stream.
I've missed you being in here.
It's great. I love this room.
Oh, it's a lovely room, isn't it? Very nice indeed. So, we've done some cool things in the past week. We've had free update 1.10 come out.
That's right.
Along with the Herbivore Dinosaur Pack. And I've heard a lot of people saying this is the cutest dinosaur pack we've ever put out.
That was a front runner for the name.
Yeah.
We're like, how are we going to call it? We have a precedent already with the Carnivore Pack. What should we call them? The damn cute dinos.
Yeah.
Like, well,
yeah.
No, let's just call them the herbivores, because that's what they are.
They are. They are
all really cute.
They are super cute.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a photo of the Homolocephalus. I was like, oh. Did I say that right?
The Homolocephaly. It's a cephaly, not a cephalus.
Cephaly.
Although it's still a bit tricky because of the O in the middle. So homolocephaly. It's like your mouth has to do some jumps. But yeah, homolocephaly.
Homolocephaly.
Yeah.
Not cephalus.
No.
What?
No.
That's highly. I feel like we should restart the stream because I've said a dinosaur name wrong, and that hasn't happened to me for so long.
And it's the packs we've been doing. They have. Once you get out of the safety zones of the Triceratops, things that you've known for so long, and you're like, the Acrocanthosaurus, okay, that one's too bad.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones, it's like
Carcharodontosaurus.
Yeah,
that was tough.
And like the Homocephaly, that one's the trickiest one in the three. The other two are Nigersaurus and the Dryosaurus.
Exactly.
Nice and simple ones.
Yeah. No, they're all good. They're all good. Lots of people seem to be very happy with it as well, so that's great to hear. And of course, it's out on PS4 now as well. Apologies for the delay, but it's all sorted. Before we jump in, what we're basically going to be doing today is having a look through what's going on in the update, having a chat to Rich about some of the key things around the update, and just generally getting to know you a little bit better as well. I think everybody knows you relatively well anyway.
Don't remember seeing that in the memo. It said talk about Herbivore Dinosaur Pack and 1.10.
Yeah.
Definitely don't talk about Rich.
We just want some life stories, that's all, Rich. That's all. Some life stories. I like to keep you on your toes.
I think you've misread how exciting my life has been for the last 30 odd years, yeah.
I feel like it's just been dinosaurs, is that not like... For the last 30 years you've been researching dinosaurs, that's...
For this stream, yes.
Yeah.
This is the peak of my...
That's what I thought.
Experience.
I knew that. That's exactly what I thought. Let's see who we've got in the chat. We have Mothra the Goddess. We've got Henry, Santo Remy, Leo, Stego Twitch. I almost thought that said Steggs there, and I got a little bit worried.
When did you send that message?
I was like, that wasn't me. No, but it's not. It's fine. It's Stego. We've got Dino Guy, Tracebook, Pixelated Sparkster, Joel, Striker, Thyla, Nick Storm, awesome name, Ragnarok, Mesozoica, Joel, Peter Song, Two Tree, Godzilla, Dinosaurs, Lizards, and All Games.
All the games.
Another brilliant name, that was good. We've got Stego on Twitch as well, this must be the same person. Heavenly Raptor Blue, Sonic the Hedgehog, Gino, Nick Wink, I know hold on, Jurassic Unicast. There's someone in here that I usually say the name twice and they're not even here. Bonga Baggins, Hayden Johnson, excellent stuff. Tigan Star. I think we've gone through a lot.
There we go.
People. Yeah,
Hello,
it's
everyone.
a lot of people.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. So, let's bring this back up so I know where exactly we are. So, Herbivore, in fact, before we jump in, can you tell us a little bit about what you do at Frontier, Rich? Just for those that may not know you.
So, I'm Rich Newbold.
Richard,
if we're telling me off, or it's like my wedding day, always Rich.
Okay.
I'm an executive producer, so I'm kind of the lead producer that helps organise, plan, prioritise, and help bring together a very talented team of developers across multiple departments. And I work with the support teams here at Frontier, then the publishing department, community, QA, to make sure that everything that we need to bring updates and packs and PDLCs out to players happens. So I work with a production team, and we all work together to figure out how we make something happen. So basically, my job is I facilitate, I help prioritize, I help make decisions about what we should do if we're given a choice. Do we want to do A? Do we want to do B? Things like that. And then I talk to our partners at Universal to make sure that everything runs smoothly as well. So yeah,
Amazing.
that's me.
It almost sounds like the glue. Would you say you're the glue?
I don't like being called the glue. I'm like part of the gluing process.
I like that.
So I just help. If we have problems in, say, not problems, but we have this like talking from one department to another. I'm there to help those kind of conversations happen and prioritize what we should be doing and which order to make sure that we're doing things in the right way.
Yeah,
things like that. So,
makes sense. I can vouch for Rich here. We speak a lot. Like it's very often that I'll see Rich come up to the floor and just be like, hey, this is good. He doesn't really do that. To be honest, no, there's not really any kind of thing like that.
I just dance into rooms.
Yeah.
Just, hey guys.
It's lovely. It's such a nice way to enter a room. You should keep doing that.
But yeah, my job is just, it's all soft communication skills, talking to different people and figuring out what we're doing and reacting to things day to day.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome. Okay, cool. So now that we all know who Rich is a wonderful person to be here. So let's I actually don't have the control now, Rich. I feel like you're in charge of this now. If you resume.
Oh no. I have to talk and walk.
It's like, there's not going to be too much. We're just going to, we're going to talk through it a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, the first thing, I think let's cover update 1.10 first.
Okay.
So obviously one of the big items in there was Sandbox being on all islands.
Yeah.
So I feel like knowing us, knowing Frontier and how we do things, I feel like this is quite an obvious question. But I'm going to ask it anyway. Where did that idea come from to put it all on?
So when we first made Jurassic World Evolution, we had Isla Nublar is the sandbox level, is part of the main campaign. And then when the game came out, we've been adding more and more content, and we've noticed, and we had some feedback from the community, that they just, not only do they want to have as much stuff as possible in one place, they wanted to have all the things they've unlocked in multiple places. And as we added more and more islands to the game, that kind of bubbled up louder and louder. So, when we added Newbold North, for instance, which is a really interesting level as part of the Plague Sanctuary, we had the feedback that, it's great, I really want to build my own park in there, not have the campaign there kind of forcing me to do it in a specific way. I just want some more freedom. And a big part of what we like to do at Frontier is try and give as much creativity and freedom to the players as possible. We see that in Planet Coast, and you've seen that Planet Zoo and Jurassic World. Even though it's not a fully creative game, we try to do it as much as we can within what's possible. So we heard a lot of people asking for it, and we thought, well, let's see if we can do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is kind of like the thing that we've been doing since release. It's hearing what you as players, because we've sold like 2 million units now. We have such a big user base now, people that have played the game, and the folks that people that come to the streams, that use our social channels, that give us the feedback about things that they're enjoying, things that they want to see, and we kind of take that into our own internal stuff and go, okay, what do we want to do? What's on our existing priority list? And then we kind of rebalance everything to try and get as much stuff as possible. So stuff that we want to do and stuff that you guys have identified from playing the game, and we're just trying to do that in. And this is one of those things that has been asked for a while, and we just tried to do it, and we did.
Yeah, for sure. That's it. So, as I always say to the community, do keep giving us your feedback,
please.
It genuinely is really super helpful for the ongoing development.
And I think the thing is that we can't do everything, but we try and do as much as we can, knowing the game as well as we do, making it, and we try and work with the existing systems as well, and we have to balance the risk of adding new things and changing things to make sure that even though we have so many players playing the game, that the things we add make that experience the same across everyone. We're not breaking anything for people, because even though we're probably all quite internet savvy, we're using the understand is possibly kids that don't know the internet, that don't know what we're adding, who just boot up the game, and everything might have changed, and we have to balance things that we add across all the the prospective players of the game and make sure that every person that gets Jurassic isn't hitting something that's jarring or something that's changed unexpectedly, if that makes sense. So we have to try and be careful and cautious with the things we add and change.
For sure, for sure. And because the thing is, even adding some of the smallest things can actually make quite a big difference in terms of, like, I know neither of us are programmers or anything like that.
Well, I've dabbled.
Have you dabbled in programming?
If you talk to any of my lead coders, they wish I hadn't. And my VBA in my spreadsheets is, but no, you're completely right. The coders, the guys that know what they're doing, they can attest that even the smallest thing, code-wise, just changing the way that the game runs in the background can have an impact, because everything's so connected and so dependent on some things. You might change a small thing, but it might have been hard-coded to be something specific, and now everything else falls down.
Yeah.
So, and it's just one of those things that at the time people don't implement and go, I'm going to consider every single possibility of thing that we could add at any point in the future. I'm going to do it for what I know is the plan now, and they'll do it that way. And then if you're going to come in afterward and try and change it, like it can change a lot of things, and it can change the way, the stability, the audio, and the stability is the key thing generally, and then the player experience is the other part of that. So you all have parks, you'll have save games, you'll have things that you've already got set up in place, and anything we add, we want to make sure that that isn't affected in a detrimental way. So not only is it when you start a new campaign or you start a new save, that looks good and it all feels how we want to expect from a clean slate, we have to consider the players that have a 60-hour save and they have these parks that are super important and precious to them. So, we try and build these relationships with you and your dinosaurs to make sure that you have that connectivity. We don't want to kind of ruin that when you load up the game. So
for sure.
So the small stuff that we add in the code and the engine, all that stuff can change that stuff. It's also like things like the economy. So when we added the Spinosaurus, the new feeding thing with this.
The fish feeders.
The fish feeders. That was a thing, because that was a thing we really had to be careful about, because that was changing the way that existing dinosaurs all worked in your parks, and that meant now you had a new need for the water need, and the fish feeders needed to be added to parks that already existed. So we had to we added a fanfare that warned you that you need to add this stuff now. So it's just we always try and make sure that the stuff we're adding has as little impact as possible, but has as little detrimental impact as possible. Will add so much more to the gameplay. So yeah.
And I mean, obviously, this kind of nicely comes around to my next question. Obviously, whenever we're adding things into the game, there's always a lot of different things to think about, right? Yeah. So, for example, even with fish feeders, and again, please remember, I'm not a coder or anything like that. So Rich may well just be like, no, that's not right. But even with things like the fish feeders, which were obviously in the previous or the 2 previous updates ago. That's also new animations. That's also, I assume, new sound effects and things like that.
Yeah. So when we add anything new, like dinosaur-wise, that affects. When it's a new dinosaur or new behaviours, that affects multiple departments. So if we're trying to, if it's a new behaviour, we have to do new animations. That involves new audio, possibly new code, because we had to tell it to use the new fish feeder, and how we balance if it has both feeder types which we want to use, that kind of stuff. But then when we add a new dinosaur, that's a whole process from start to finish of us choosing a dinosaur, concepting it. So the art director and the character team will try and source as much information scientifically as possible, and concept and plan how it should look in the game. And then the character team will build that, and then we have some iteration on how that looks with the model, and that goes to the rigging department, who then add the skeleton so that the animation team can then use it as a puppet. And then once that's done, the audio team have to get involved and make sure it sounds right. So that's connected. That's just a simple process between four different departments, but there's a lot of back and forth and changes. So how we add individuality to the dinosaurs is a conversation. So the animation team were like, okay, we're going to add some. It's new animation, like it's exit from the hatchery, we're going to do this thing, how does that look? Okay. And we go back to the model and change it. So sometimes there's a lot of back and forth as well. And everything's connected. It's amazing seeing it go from a drawing, as it were, to the thing you see in the game at the end, and you're going, oh, that's so cute, and it's a process with multiple talented people. It's great.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And for something like putting Sandbox on all islands, how sort of...
Oh, I should be playing the game.
You don't have to play the game.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's cool, but I mean, we're going to release the dinosaurs when we start talking about them a little bit more anyway.
Sorry.
So I'm kind of like setting the scene, if you like. So, you know, we'll have a little chat, and then we're going to show off the dinosaurs and see what they do.
Okay, cool.
You know?
Sorry.
Yeah? Don't you be sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I came into your house, and I'm trying to tell you what to do.
This is our house, Rich. We are a team. Yes. That's going to be the thumbnail, 100%.
That's going to be one where I'm making a silly face.
So what sort of things did we need to consider for putting Sandbox on all islands? What were the challenges there?
So, where to start?
A lot of things, it sounds like.
Because everything you do in the campaign is kept within that campaign, there's a lot of information about what you've unlocked in there, and we couldn't access that from the main menu. So when you load up the game and you go to Sandbox mode, everything the player's done in any campaign, because you can have multiple campaign saves and they can all have different progress. You know, Matt and Ceres or Pena or finished everything. We don't know that when we first start the game up, so we had to find a way to get that out so that we could allow you to access the Sandbox for the different levels. So we wanted the Sandbox levels to be kind of part of the reward for the campaign progression you've made. So, you know, as when you get to Pena, you can now use Pena as a Sandbox level. We like to make sure that we have these rewards for your campaign progression, because we love the story. We think the narrative is really cool, and we just want to kind of drive you into that. So we had to technically come up with a solution that when you load up the game, we somehow figure that stuff out. And we actually added something in the Claire update, the 1.8, can't remember which number it was, 1.8, to help us get that information in advance of this. But we all, as you've been playing the game since June, we've been able to extract that information. And then we've also had to redo every island so we had as much of the new terrain options as possible.
Yep.
So that was the thing we added in Claire, and that was really important to us, that you have now the ability to paint as much different materials on all the islands, but we have limitations on how many of those we can load and access at the same time. So I think we redid a lot of the new islands so that you have more options this time. So you were doing the campaign levels. So that was another thing as well. So we had to redo all the islands again, make sure that the materials were as flexible and variable as possible for players, because we don't want to just give you a sandbox version and kind of be stuck with a similar restraint. We saw it as an opportunity to kind of give you as much as possible when we did. So yes, and that was technically how we do our islands and how we access your save data was the big challenge for us. Yeah, sorry, that's a bit bit more in depth than we just did it, but
I like to think, I believe, and please viewers feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe like being able to get into that sort of like meaty depth is quite cool for people to hear about.
And I hope I got everything right there. I can imagine my code lead shaking his head at something, but I think I related everything that was about that process right. But yeah, as I say, it's just the video games are now so complex in all their connectivity. We have these big complex teams, these big teams putting together things in a way, and at some point you kind of go, this works, let's ship it. And then when you kind of go back and you're changing bricks and pieces in it, as I say earlier, it might just all fall down. So it's just sometimes something is just not as easy as it might sound.
Yeah, for sure.
But then alternatively, things that you think are really hard are really easy. So every day you're like, I don't understand games. Maybe that's just me.
You know exactly what we're doing here at Frontier Developments. And you were saying that obviously for getting Sandbox on all islands, we put something in the Claire update.
Yeah.
So how long then does an update like this usually take from sort of the planning stage to the final release?
Months. It takes a long time. We've had a plan of what PDLCs and updates we wanted to do throughout the year. Going back to the beginning of the year when I think we had a Dino Pack in March, April time, Claire's Sanctuary and the update with that, and then this one. So
and Nasuto.
And the Nasuto Ceratops. I always forget that one because it was so... My focus and worry has been always on this one.
Yeah.
And Triceratops was just a few weeks ago, and my brain used to go, it's fine. But with this, so we've planned this kind of stuff months in advance, and we kind of, with this one, we're kind of lucky that we had a good idea of what we wanted to do feature-wise in this update before Clear Sanctuary was released, so we managed to get a bit of code in to make these changes before that went out. But we kind of move PDLC, and an update as a team, so we kind of, it takes months, we have to figure out what we're going to do, when we're going to do it, what's going to be in it as part of the update 1.10, and anything that's going to be in the paid update, the paid side, such as the Herbivore Dinosaur Pack. So it does take a long time to agree the plan and then kind of get to it. And then it takes time for us to make sure that everything's in, stable, finished, so that our QA teams have enough time to test it appropriately, make sure it's all nice for you guys when it comes out, and then we have to go through the submission with the different platforms, and that can take time as well. So it is a long process.
Super long process. Yeah, for sure. And obviously, if we are coming to some of the terrain tool stuff, one thing that people are really enjoying, and this isn't a question, by the way, it's just a statement, really. But it's nice. One thing people are really enjoying is that you can paint like around the paths now. And that's even for gyrosphere tracks and the tour track, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're no longer placing a tour track and having to sort of like paint around it. You can just paint it.
Yeah, and I can do it on the stand.
It looks great.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful.
That wasn't a question. So
it wasn't a question.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted?
Was it. Yeah, that's kind of all I wanted.
And then it was a thing that was like, I think that was, again, one of the thing that bubbled up from the community of things of this is a restriction that we didn't consider when we first had that system, but now with the time of supporting the game after it's out, we can now add that kind of stuff. And when we add it and we like kind of figure out how technically we can do it, and we do the work, and it's like, oh, that adds so much now to the creative side that we keep trying to support as much as possible, so you guys can make really pretty parks. And I've seen some lovely screenshots now of people making really pretty things. Now they can use the terrain painting in a more free style. But but that's one of those things where you add something like the terrain tool, the terrain painting, and then you notice now you've added more freedom in one area. You've noticed that you now have a bit more restriction. The restriction that was quite minor in the first place is now a bigger thing, and now you need to fix that and add more support for that. And sometimes you can chase your tail a bit of, well, add this thing, and now this you can. But it's lovely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Swerve says, painting around the paths and building, my life cheered up when I saw that.
Oh, Swerve, my life cheered up when I saw that.
Ah, that's it.
Thank you. That's lovely.
It's it's been really, really lovely to see the reaction to this update as well, because from sort of when we're planning it, I'm looking at it from a community side, and I'm like, this is a cool update, like cool dinosaurs. We've got Sandbox in all islands. People are going to really enjoy that. But the reaction has been so much like almost bigger than I anticipated it to be.
Is that because the dinosaurs are so small?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. No, it's also there's people are sort of sharing really like cute images of all of the dinosaurs and just generally funny things about how small they are, like how the homolocephaly will like jump up on the little feeder. It's just so cute.
And it's so cute, but I love that's one of my favourite part of development, because we go, okay, we're gonna make this dinosaur really small, and then we implement it, and someone goes, it can't get on the feeder. What do we do? And I think Aaron was just like, we'll animate it hopping up. Can we make that work? It's like, that's great. But it's one of those things where it's like you add something and then you go, oh, this doesn't quite work. You come up with a solution and it's like so much better than you even thought it would be. But it just adds so much personality to it, and when it does something like that. But
cute dinosaurs but horrible death. I have seen this. Some really brutal death animations.
And I think the size makes that more apparent. Like because they're so cute. Small and cute, and your brain's going, oh, that's so cute. And when a carnivore eats it, you kind of going, oh.
But it almost, I feel like it almost gets your like you almost feel like you've got more of a connection with that dinosaur because it's almost like your parental instincts come in and you're like, I must protect you now. You know, you're so tiny and cute, I must protect you.
Yeah, no, and I find that like, the personality we had, because they're small and the way they're designed, the Dryosaurus and the Homolocephi have, I love the Dryosaurus's neck and the Homolocephi's face because they are so cute, and the little arms, it's so cute. And I love the patterns and the colours that we've added with these ones because they're not kind of like normal dinosaur brown or grey. We've had a lot of variation in their colours, and some of them are quite striking. It kind of adds that cute factor to them. But yeah, and that's another thing as well.
Yeah, I think we're totally gonna have a look through. We should look at the dinosaurs. We really should. Should we release a couple now so we've at least got them running around while we? Can you tell that I really like the Homolocephaly? Yeah. That's there we go.
Teeny tiny. I think the big tree should definitely move more just to really.
Yes. Totally agree.
Completely.
Totally agree.
Just like, oh no, something's going.
Yeah.
Put the T-Rex music on or the I-Rex music, and it's just little tiny.
Yes. That would be great. We should totally do that. Next update.
Next update.
Yeah. Disclaimer, that was a joke. It won't be in the next update. That's it. So one of the things that really got me with this dinosaur is actually its eyes. I think that the eyes look so sweet and so cute. I think that's what makes it more cute to me. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of tough to see without the light like shining on them, but in some of our screenshots, it's just like, I feel like she's looking into my soul, you know?
Oh, she's hiding in the grass.
Oh, she's so sweet though. Look at that, even like the little scratch. Absolutely love her.
No, she's in the long grass.
And you know you're not ever supposed to go in the long grass.
Well,
ever.
It's actually probably like, it's not that tall.
It's actually just like that bit, the grass is this big. Yeah, it just looks big. Motzi says new update's so cool. Great. I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. What are you releasing another one?
There we go. Another one, because I think this one has the different pattern.
I think I put a new pattern on.
No, you didn't.
What?
One job.
What? Why am I doing this? I'll go.
They're happy now.
You carry on. Yeah. I don't. What are their social needs, by the way? I'm not sure what they are. Oh, this is Sandbox, obviously. So I've chilled everything.
You chilled everything.
Because I was like
3 to 10.
3 to 10. There you go. So usually the thing is, things tend to go wrong in any stream that I'm involved in with Jurassic. In terms of the game, I mean, you know, people get eaten, bad things happen.
I need to apologise. They are different. This one is the rainforest pattern, which is slightly darker, which I didn't notice until they're next to each other. I apologise, Mark. Please get out the ceremonial sword, and I will die on it.
Look, there's no need for the ceremonial sword this time, okay? But you know, just gotta trust me. That's all. So yeah, things always go wrong, and I didn't want them to die. I did toy actually with the idea of later on in the stream whether we actually show some of the death animations, but I don't know if it's going to be a bit too upsetting.
We have the rest of the day to work through whilst sobbing at our desks. Like
we do.
Like, Margaret, are you okay? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I know. So I don't. Maybe you can let us know in the chat. If you'd like that, then we'll go for it. But if not, we'll just leave that out of this one because some people don't like it.
Okay.
So yeah, let's take a look at the Dryosaurus.
Dryosaurus.
Awesome.
Now I like this one because the shape of the neck and the head is it's nice and sleek, and I don't know, just something about that makes it quite nice, especially in I think some of the screenshots we've done for some of the press releases and the social. It's really nice.
Again, do you know, it's actually the Dryosaurus's eyes get me as well, and I love the walking animation as well because it's a proper like.
It's going for.
I like that. I really like the head bob. They're great. Joel says, I like these smaller dinos. Yeah, I do as well.
But they add a lot, especially with the juxtaposition of the massive ones.
That's good.
I think that's what I would.
Yeah.
It just shows you that dinosaurs were of so many different sizes, and getting them in your park.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a small dinosaur exhibit enclosure that has the Dryosaurus and the Homolocephaly, and then you can have your big Diplodocuses and your Gigantosaurus. I can't remember the other big sauropod is.
Oh.
What was
the big sauropod.
We added it.
Dreadnoughtus.
That was it.
Man,
I can't keep. We have so many dinosaurs. I can't remember them all.
I know there are loads in here now, aren't there? But yeah, no, I really like this one. I quite like that because both of these dinosaurs are really really. Oh, you just want to like with the cheek,
just like get be all gran on it. And go,
yeah,
oh, I love you.
That's what I want to do.
I love you.
But these two dinosaurs are some of the smallest, aren't they? So the Homalocephale is the smallest.
Yeah.
And she's smaller than a Troodon, which previously was the smallest.
Yes.
Got it.
We've been getting smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Homalocephale and the Dryosaurus are two of the smallest ones we've got. If not, the Homalocephale is definitely the smallest one.
There is a challenge with creating the smaller dinosaurs, isn't there? You know, in terms of gameplay and player usability.
And that's the other balance of the equation. Is not just a dinosaur that it's small, it looks great, it'd be good to have a small dinosaur. It's the gameplay side is a key thing as well. So we joked about the Homalocephale going in the grass, and we kind of lost it. But the game is played from multiple camera angles, so you can't see them now. And for some of the more chaotic gameplay, as it were, so when you're tranquilizing, or I know that these don't go on the rampage, but when you're healing them and things like that, or trying to do that part of it is also a balance as well. So if you're in the direct control vehicles, the Rangers, the ACU, you need to hit these things.
Yeah.
And we want that to be as fun as possible. So there's a balance. If we make things too small, it's really it's no fun because you can't hit something.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's always a key thing for us, and we've been testing with a Troodon whether that was the smallest one, and then with these ones is when is too small.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tough balance.
Makes sense. So
I don't know.
let's get the Nigersaurus out.
Can I get the other Dinosaurus?
Oh yeah, sorry, Rich. I'm really sorry about that.
No, it's fine. I just like looking at I just want to see what colours and patterns you've got.
I love this pattern. That's great.
Yeah, and I love all the dinosaurs we've been doing over the year. The character team have done a great job in getting so much variation and patterns out of the system that we had. That was that's in place, and we have to balance the code and the memory side of that. We can't have each variation being completely unique. We can only load so much at once, especially if you have 60 plus dinosaurs, all of them having a unique variation. 60 different dinosaurs with 5 different variations each, all in one park. We have to load all of that in a technical way. So we have a system that allows us to do that, but it means that the character artists sometimes don't have as much freedom as possible. With this year, they've been really excelling in creating so much personality and colour in these. And
they really have.
Whether it's some of the vivid ones, such as the Allura Titan's crest, which I really love, like the pink and the purple, to the way the different greens and all the patterns work together in these ones as well.
Yeah, for sure. No, they're like absolutely stunning, these dinosaurs. They really do.
But it's always a pleasure walking past their desk, because I walk past and I'm like, I make sure it's all. If I do the seating plans, I always make sure it's on my way.
Yeah.
So that I have to walk past one of their desks so I can get to see all the nice things they work on.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout. This is very smart.
It's a dinosaur game. I like dinosaurs.
I'm going to have to move my desk downstairs.
Just move next to the character team.
Well, that's what I'll do. That's what I'm going to do from now. So what about let's get the Nigersaurus out.
Nigersaurus,
because this is
cool.
On.
This is cool.
I don't know what you were going to say. You say what you were going to say.
We really loved the possibility when we said we were building the dinosaurs in this pack. Like which dinosaurs are currently the community asking for? So we heard there was a lot of love for the Dryosaurus and the Homalocephale, in which we kind of figured out whether we could technically do it because of the size. And it's like, okay, well, we traditionally do these in packs of 3. They're both herbivores. Let's do a herbivore pack. What could be the other one? We like the juxtaposition of, I did it again. We like the juxtaposition. Word of the day.
You're loving that word now.
I've had 2 small dinosaurs and then a big sauropod. And we looked at the sauropods that we hadn't done. And we like to choose dinosaurs that are interesting to build and look at. And the Nigersaurus has such a unique skull shape that it kind of, everyone's like, oh, that one's really cool. So let's do that.
Yeah.
And It is. It has this weird square jaw.
Right.
But when you're looking at the skull, you're like, oh, that's made up.
Really?
But it's like geometrically really square. It's almost, it doesn't look believable. Like a lot of the skulls, like ours, are quite rounded, but this one, the jawline was so square. I'm like, oh wow. And it looks cool. And it kind of, I think they kind of use it as a hoover almost as they were grazing, and that's why it's kind of like a line of teeth. It's like a proper line of teeth as opposed to our rounded one, and it's just like, oh yeah, let's build that. That's cool. And
yeah, for sure.
And like build it and kind of walks. It's not a big sauropod, but it's kind of horizontal, so it kind of walks in a slightly unique way as well. And
it's actually quite because I confess I've never seen the animation of the Nigersaurus coming out of the what was it? Hatchery, thank you. And I thought it was going to be much bigger than it is. Like I was sort of waiting, like, oh, here we go, it's going to be real, and I was like, oh, it's tiny.
It's like a mini medium sauropod. Obviously. It's not a big one like the brachiosaur, but it's still a good size.
And she'll eat from ground feeders. Is that right?
I believe so. I can't remember.
You know what we should do? We should put a feeder in.
Should probably.
I mean, we don't want them to die anyway, so we should throw a feeder in, just in case.
They only eat from ground herbivores.
There you go. That's it. And that's something quite new and different and exciting about this particular dinosaur as well, because it is the only sauropod that
does eat from the ground
in the game.
And that's the thing, we just want to add unique things as much as possible. Like adding a dinosaur, so we have so many animations that we try and add as much variation as possible, and we kind of think of different ways we can add variation as possible.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I've just seen probably my favourite comment of the stream so far. Peter says, make an Indoraptor. Let's see the results, Dr. Boo. Brilliant. We can't do that. All right, it's mean.
That'd be really mean.
It'd be horrible. The Indoraptor wouldn't stand a chance against all of them. Right? No? Never mind.
Strength in numbers.
That's what they say.
Homocephaly getting stuck in the throat.
They can't take all of us down.
It's like a double knockout. Like,
it'll be all right. We'll be fine. So, Rich, what's your favourite dinosaur out of all of these?
Out of the three. In most packs, I always have a favourite. Like I really love the Aloratine. I do like the two Dinkies.
For anyone unsure, that does mean the smaller dinosaurs. Just in case.
It's probably the Homocephaly because it is so cute because it's just got this head and the arms. I love it.
Yeah. I also quite like.
Can't find it.
Its arms are kind of like it almost. To me, or at least it is like that. It looks like they're sort of like that.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, yeah, I'm small, but
I'm gonna. I love you. I love you.
No, I think I'm pretty much the same. It's definitely. I think this pack is the one pack where I haven't had a clear winner. I think so. Cretaceous pack, I think for me was Iguanodon.
Yeah.
Carnivore. Actually, Carnivore was tough. Oh no, hold on, that wasn't Cretaceous pack. That was in... I can't remember what it was. Was it Cretaceous pack?
We probably are not doing ourselves any
This was a long time ago now. This was a really long time ago.
Iguanodon was before Christmas.
It was before Christmas, yeah.
I remember
it
that.
was. Yeah,
my Christmas,
I remember.
So I think it must have been. And it's a herbivore.
There's been a lot.
Can't have been the carnivore pack.
No, it wasn't in the carnivore pack.
Yeah.
No.
And
that's
then
it.
I think the Ferrerosaurs. Anyway, we're the worst.
Yeah, no, it's bad. But I also really enjoy the Carcharodontosaurus. Well.
Yeah,
that was
good.
Was one of my favourites, and I think that's more for the name. I just think it's a cool name.
And I think the thing I found surprising about this pack is that in your head you kind of think, oh, people love carnivores because they're the killers, and that's cool, right? So, and when I went to we should do the herbivore pack because there's going to be people that aren't all about carnivores. They just want herbivores, and they kind of want to build a nice kind of safari type Jurassic facility where it's just herbivores and there's no carnivores. So we'll do a herbivore pack. But as you were saying, like the reception for these three herbivores has been so positive and so
It really
amazing.
has.
It's actually quite, for me, it was actually quite surprising compared to, like, people love the carnivore pack, but they really seem to be loving the herbivore pack.
Yeah.
Just maybe slightly more.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's certainly, you know.
And that's quite surprising because you're like, well, they're just two tiny herbivores. But
Yeah.
people love, and that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, it really genuinely has been lovely to see. It really has, and I mean we've gone through quite a bit of the. Why are they sad?
It's no water with the worst.
Need some water. Yeah, this is kind of a theme for again any stream I'm on. I do tend to forget to do these things.
It's a liberal application of some water.
Yeah, you just give them lots of stuff that they could want.
Oh yeah, this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as we were saying earlier about the size, this is not part of the problem, but is like one of those not seen consequences of when we do the smaller dinosaurs is that we kind of have a minimum depth to our water, and it's kind of consistent, and we kind of can't change it independently. So we kind of creative, what's the word? Creative license on them walking through the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just breathing through their tails. They're holding their breath. They're
Holding their
really good. And it's just one of those things that you just go, okay. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's almost I don't want to use the word like it's like a compromise sort of thing, isn't
That's
it?
what it is. That's what it is. Compromise. And sometimes in games you have to do compromises.
That's it.
It's a video game, is how I think of it. Is sometimes you have to have some compromises on.
I agree.
On small dinosaurs snorkeling.
Yeah.
Through your water levels.
They'll be okay.
They'll be fine.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, Rich. You've in our just general conversation, you've actually answered the rest of the questions that I had.
How does the homocephaly survive underwater?
That was my key question. Pete says it's drowning. No, don't worry, it's not.
No, it's fine.
She's not drowning. She's all good. She's all good.
They're fine.
Now, look, we're seeing a bit of a mixed response about this, about the death animations. I'm genuinely not sure whether to do it or not. I'm like,
the people that just want to see the world burn, and the people that are like,
I know,
guys.
I feel like what we should do is, if we say, we'll do what they do sometimes on the radio, like or with spoilers, when they're like, hey, if you don't want to know the result of this, look away now, like that. So maybe we should just get something in there.
Should we get a carnivore going anyway?
Yeah, you know,
because we're gonna have to wait.
See what happens. I'm going to leave this to you, Rich.
Okay.
You can defer to the community if you'd like, or you can just go for it.
Is there any carnivore the community would like me to build?
That's it.
It's definitely going to be the Indoraptor, isn't it?
It's probably. Oh, that's going to take so long, though.
It is. We need one we don't have long.
We need a reasonable one, not one that's going to take too long.
It's
Maybe
one of the large theropods.
Oh yeah, one of the larger ones.
Aloe.
Aloe, yeah.
Yeah, the Allosaurus.
Yeah.
Two people who are out there fast.
Yeah, that's it. 2 people. I'm liking it. You know what we should do as well for this stream? I've just plucked it out. I think we should do a giveaway, Rich. That's what I think.
Of what?
What
have we got to give away?
I think we should give away a pair of the same shoes that you are currently wearing.
A pair of blue Converse.
Yep.
In light blue.
Yep. That's it.
Cool.
So if you'd like to win... No, I'm kidding. Obviously...
Oh, you meant actually my shoes?
Yeah, like actually your shoes. We would clean them.
Well, at least someone would.
Yeah, someone would have done. We'll get somebody to do that. No, we're obviously not going to give away Rich's shoes. That would be very silly. I think we're going to give away a copy of the Jurassic World Evolution Herbivore Dinosaur Pack.
Amazing.
I think that's what we're going to do. However,
that's good.
We can only give it away at the moment on PC. That's it. That's it. So, I think let's do it. While we're incubating this,
okay.
We shall. We're going to have to come up with something to say. What do you want them to type in the chat?
Oh, you always put me on the spot for one of these things.
Herbivore.
Yeah, just go
Herbivore.
My brain's
okay?
like, think of something that's funny and cool, and
No,
I'll make
you don't
everyone
have to think of something funny or cool. I never do that.
This is safe forever.
Like
I need to be seen as the
my
cool,
daily
funny
life.
guy.
I never say anything funny or cool. So it just, that's it. That's just how life is sometimes, Rich.
Yeah.
So
Herbivore.
If you would like to be in with a chance to win a copy of the Herbivore Dinosaur Pack on PC, all you need to do is type in the chat !Herbivore. That's it. You can start going now. Brilliant. This is what I like. This is what I like.
This is it. This is what it's all for.
This is what it's all
Everything.
about for me. This is like the highlight of the streams for me.
Education, experience.
Wear Rich's shoes.
No. Please don't wear my shoes.
Do you know if you ever come to like another event with us, like people are going to be coming up to you being like, "Can I wear your shoes now, Rich?" Yeah.
Oh, it's like the 24-hour special effects streams. It's like the darkest part of the night. It's like 2 a.m. It's like, let's give away Rich's shoes.
Oh man.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not
those are tough. Like, those 24-hour streams are really hard. The team won't let me forget that I fell asleep for about 10 seconds on stream.
What I missed? I'll say I missed it. What time was it?
It was probably 4 a.m. maybe.
Okay.
I
think I went home and came back at one point.
You did. Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah, that's it.
They're always fun.
Yeah, no, they're great fun.
You fell asleep.
Great fun. Yeah, they were playing. I think Wallace and Gromit, and I was kind of on the sofa doing this, and then I kind of just like went. That was it. Couldn't help it.
Yeah. Many CMs get forged in the fire of the Frontier 24-hour live stream.
Yeah, that's it.
It's when you really get to know yourself.
You do. You really do. Yeah, your mind starts just playing tricks on you. You come up with the weirdest things. You're just delirious. It's it's awful. 4 a.m.'s acceptable though, Steggs. Jurassic Unicast, I agree. I think 4 a.m.'s an acceptable time.
There's my Allosaurus.
How are we getting on?
So
yes.
close.
That's a good sense of time you've got there, Rich.
Complete luck.
Disclaimer, if you would rather not see
Press the button.
very cute dinosaurs perish, then please look away for the next, I would say 3 minutes, maybe more. We'll update you. Just look away, maybe turn the sound down, because we're going to release it now. There we go. Here she is. I really love this dinosaur, Really love it.
Yeah.
Almost looks like she's looking around already, just like, right, what am I going to eat? Oh.
Okay.
Are they going to fight?
Are they going to fight whom?
Well, I put it on, not fight, sorry. I put it on...
Oh, what have you done? What have you
I
done?
might have made the sandbox to make it like that everyone's super docile. Yeah, that should work. Hopefully.
Should be fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Infant feeders. Disease, lifespan.
I think
that's
good.
fine.
I think
that's
we're
fine.
good. Yeah.
These will go into effect immediately.
I feel like there's going to be a whole lot of death.
Should.
Okay. I mean, I think I got the sense that the Nigersaurus over there was having a bit of a panic, running away. But she's missing some grassland, so she might just break out. You never know. She might well just break out. You're being Dr. Wu. Stop this madness. This is madness. Peter says. Peter, you said to do this.
Peter.
Come on, Peter.
This one and then that one.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of your work. That was quick. That was almost. I'm almost a fan of your work.
This is like my enclosure building in a nutshell of just add a bit more.
Expand it. That's it.
Build an extension. No. Oh.
Yeah, you can do that.
No, I did a rounded extra bit.
Yeah, no, you got it. You've got this. Full faith. That's what I've got.
That one.
Here we go. That's good. Great. Still.
Oh.
Wow. She is very picky. It's all right. It's going to be all right.
It's just that balance of trying to extend it out, but also not miss any of the. Not that one.
Lee Holland says, I love the death animations, absolutely brutal. It's true. Yeah, it's true. And you're not alone in feeling that either. Oh, love it. Man, you're
Oh, so close.
just not quite. Just take out some of the forest.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh,
No,
of course.
it's okay.
Of course, that's the one.
Yeah. Lovely. Yeah, that should work. So yeah, oh, not quite. They are panicking.
They are panicking.
So in theory, basically, Allosaurus, you've got 3 minutes.
Here we go. I think, and that's always the problem with this. The problem with this game is no, that's not what I meant. I meant that demoing this game can be problematic because you can't just kind of go do the cool thing now.
Yeah.
You kind of like, I'll give it
That's
the
it.
situation and it will do the cool. I think it might do the cool thing.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh no! That is quite upsetting, actually.
Yeah. Is it a dead dinosaur? Thank you.
no.
Game.
It's giving you a tip for health, life, and death, though.
Yeah,
So
probably.
if you do need to understand, then
Thanks.
we're there for
Thanks.
you. That's it. Okay. So that's one. That was a Dryosaurus, wasn't it?
Where the Homocephalus gone?
I'm hoping that they've just gone. I'm hoping they've found a way to get out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna be bad.
Oh, that was.
Oh,
That felt unnecessary.
wow. Yeah, I mean,
That was unnecessary.
because the first thing was that she slammed it on the ground, and I was like, wow, that
was
looks
ba-
that
that
was
was bad.
painful, you know. And then she did the whole like, you know, shaking it around
Yeah.
thing.
Not comfortable.
That was.
Feel pain in here.
We don't
It's not even
need to do
eating it.
that. That's
Not
it.
even eating it.
I know. Somebody in the chat has said it's killing for sport. Exactly. It is killing for
Get that
sport. Yeah, me too. I don't know if. Oh no, she's found something else. Is it the Nigersaurus? No. No, not sure what it is.
She's just looking for food.
Oh, just looking for food. Well, you've killed plenty, so you should be all right.
Oh yeah, she's going back for the Dryosaurus. No,
Yeah, looks like it.
just here's one I killed earlier.
That's it. Yeah, there you go.
I've let it settle for a bit.
Having a little much there. Yeah, you've got to let it
Yeah, you got to
breathe. It's like a fine wine. Just if you were looking away, it's still not safe to look.
Come to the
Apologies
Come
for
to the
that.
Jurassic Livestream, the only one where we tell you to not watch it.
Yeah, that's it. This is how we do. Didn't see it, but I heard it. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm so
K-Wolf.
sorry. You gotta turn that sound
But
down as well.
How are they going to hear you tell them to come back?
Oh yeah, good point. No, I don't know how you get around that. That's a really tough one. Sorry,
See?
I can't help with that. Well, I mean, wow.
She
It's
thought
really
she could
just
hide in the
going
water.
for it.
See?
No,
She was like, remember the Allosaurus
There's-
won't get me because I'm a submarine.
there is no hiding even for a submarine. There's
No.
just not. I think we're going to come back to this on that note. Wow. Oh, that was. I kind of feel like we shouldn't have ended it on that note. I feel slightly distressed.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I'm going to go spend some time with myself now in a
Yeah.
dark room.
We've got to go have lunch as well, so just don't be thinking about the Dryosaurus while you're eating your lunch or anything like that. It's
Don't forget your giveaway.
don't forget the
Don't
giveaway.
forget the giveaway.
Let's do it. The giveaway. Here we
giveaway.
go. Right, let's find
So
where we
like-
are.
here we
here.
go.
Wonderful. Okay, cool. We'll do it this way. So, Rich, I'm going to.
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm going to tell
ready,
you to stop me.
Stop.
Where am I? The winner of the Jurassic World Evolution Herbivore Pack on PC is, I can't pronounce this, Kopfnuss Player. Congratulations. Apologies if I got your name wrong. But all you need to do to claim your prize is drop us an email at community@frontier.co.uk and let us know that you were the winner of the Herbivore Pack giveaway on stream.
Congratulations.
and we'll get that all sorted for you. Congratulations.
Good job.
But for now, that's going to be it from us. Rich, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so wonderful to be here, especially talk about something that is so pretty and amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes it so much easy.
Really does. Really does. And thank you all so much for joining us. We're super pleased that the reaction to the Herbivore Pack's been and the update has been so positive.
Thank you.
So keep your feedback coming in, and we will see you next week when we'll be doing some more, I believe, Jurassic World Evolution at the races.
Ooh.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Always fun.
Can't wait. I love racing. So we'll see you next week, same time, next Thursday. See you then. Goodbye, guys.